A warm welcome, everyone. I'm Lady Flame, and we're back to After Hours. We're back with our lovely robots. Sun suddenly changes direction in the air, and we start heading back toward the desk. However, I think Sun tried dropping from this high way too early as we basically start free falling toward the ball pit. Dude! Oh shit! Grab onto Sun! I'm just barely able to grab onto Sun before gravity takes me. We're both tangled in the cable though. Once again, we're stunned into silence. Kiss him. Just when I thought things were calming down, I feel my heart going a mile a minute from adrenaline, and Sun's internal fans are on full blast. I keep clinging onto Sun for dear life as we're slowly lowered into the ball pit. Clutching my chest with one hand over my racing heart, I'm able to get out of the tangled mess pretty easily. Sun is clearly having a harder time though, just thrashing to the tangled cables. Sun, chill out. Let me get you out of that.
No thanks. I'm fine. I can get out myself.
Oh no, he's embarrassed. I sigh, standing in silence for about a minute as Sun fails to get out himself. Sun finally stops, his faceplate dropping in defeat. Oh. Do you want my help now?
Fine.
Alright then, hold still for a second. Getting him out of the cable isn't hard. Once I'm done, I unhook the cable from his back and let it retreat back to the ceiling. I give Sun a minute before I decide to speak again. You wanna get out of the ball pit now? Wanna stay there?
Yeah.
I can't tell if he's upset or embarrassed at what just happened as we exit the ball pit and make the walk back to the desk.
That's kind of why I don't use the cable, funnily enough. I usually just leave it to Moon.
Oh, baby. Really? Actually, I kinda get it now. Not to diss you or anything, but Moon seemed to know what he was doing, I think, there.
Yeah, he has a lot more time to practice because of patrols. Plus being active whenever the kids are sleeping.
Oh, my heart. So he doesn't go free falling and end up tangled in the cable?
Well, no. But I could do it just as well.
Maybe. No dabbing that, you just need more time. You wanna try it again then? I can keep a timer for you. What? I don't wanna try it again?
No, wait. What do you need a timer for?
I don't know. To keep track of how long you can go without getting tangled?
No, I'm not doing that again.
Baby, I'm sorry. Can't help but laugh at Sun's embarrassment, all while the poor guy just crosses his arm and pouts. Okay, you don't have to do that. Just felt like messing with ya, it's all. Oh no, I ruined things. I playfully roll my eyes as I go to pick up my phone. Glancing back at Sun, I pull up Vanessa's contact on my phone and hold it up for Sun to take. Wanna call Vanessa for me? I can work on the next generator in the meantime.
Yes, please.
Sun wastes no time grabbing the phone and calling Vanessa. He's so polite. And I leave him to it as I go sort out the next mess of cables. Oh boy. One, where are you? Here. Two. Gosh. 3 and 4. Standing up straight, I stretch my arms above my head as I glance back at Sun on the phone. He has the device held in front of him, probably on speaker mode, and he seems concerned. Not that I was really paying attention to what he was doing just now. It's not like I was paying attention.
There's no need for that. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you look at the cameras. Maybe not right now, but whenever you have the time.
Baby, so sweet. He's waving his other hand in front of him nervously, and his razor shrunk a little bit. No! What did Vanessa say to him? Do I need to slap someone? Yeah, no, son, language. I'm not using bad language. Son glances over at me for a moment before Vanessa started talking again. He sets his attention back on the phone.
If something really did happen, the SWAT pods would have let me know.
But what if they don't?
That shouldn't be possible. I believe that if it was just one pod, but there's no way that many of them would just stop working out of nowhere.
Well, what if they didn't think the person was dangerous?
But that's not possible. They're supposed to go off if they see someone that shouldn't be here. Look, I don't want to completely ignore what you're saying, but what you're telling me just doesn't add up. I'll ask them about it later. I have to go check on it.
Yeah. Before Son can respond, Vanessa hangs up. His arm drops in defeat as I make my way over him, and he hands back the phone. She didn't believe you? Are you okay? Son forces a smile and waves his hand in front of him nonchalantly.
Yeah, fine, just worried.
Aww. Yeah, no kidding.
She thought it was this weird bug we had a while back, that maybe it was making me see things that weren't there.
Trust me, there was someone or something. A bug?
It's a long story. But she thought maybe I was hallucinating a rabbit we used to have here. When I told her the person was dressed like a rabbit.
Wow. What?
Yep, I tried telling her that it was real since you were there and...
There used to be a rabbit here? You don't know about Bonnie Ball?
Yeah, I don't know much about him other than his name was Bonnie. He was one of the Glamrocks.
Oh boy. Uh-huh.
The others don't really like to talk about it, so
I guess that's something else we can ask Vanessa about later.
maybe.
Remember what I'm supposed to be doing? I put my phone back in my pocket and go to the computer to shut off the lights for the third time. Halfway there. Glancing at the little digital clock in the corner of the screen, I keep a mental note of the time. 3 a.m. I sigh, no wasting any more time in turning the lights off, watching as the room dims around me and my only source of light are the screens and the little charging station on the wall. Yawning, I step back from the computer. I know I have to hurry up and get this done, but now that my adrenaline is starting to wear off, I don't know if I can. I sigh and glance back at Moon, who's giving me a knowing look.
Feeling tired again?
Yep. Yeah. Probably a mix of the adrenaline and sugar starting to wear off, I think. Maybe I was hallucinating the rabbit after all. I smile slightly at my joke. Muna, however, seems less than amused, giving me a deadpan stare. Come on. Clear my throat, reading the room and taking my flashlight back out. I take my flashlight back out, making my way a few steps ahead of the desk. However, when I look back at Moon, I notice the cable lowering behind him. He points a finger at me and he starts hovering off the ground.
Stay there. I'll be right back.
With that, he leaves, the cable allowing him to maneuver over the barriers of the daycare and disappear. Bye, I guess. Shrugging and lowering my flashlight, I stay put. Not like I was going anywhere anyway. I eventually decide to sit on the floor with my leg crossed and my chin resting in my palm. Since I have nothing better to do, I look around my surroundings. Several towers of sack foam cans, the sparkling floor, and large cutouts of the Glamrocks animatronics that decorate the place. For a place full of kids during the day, it's weirdly organized. It's sunny for you. Probably because of Sunny. Yes! He did say that he never left this place. I can't imagine keeping it looking nice is a big reason why. I can't help but feel kinda bad though. Sunny Moon's entire lives are in this daycare. I know they have each other, but I can't imagine spending all my time in such a small area. My train of thought is cut off when a pair of red eyes peer at me from just beyond the barrier. I sigh, pushing myself back up. There you are, Moon. Are we gonna... Oh no! A loud ring hit my ears and I jumped up in my flashlight. What? Covering one of my ears with one hand, I tried to pick it back up. And the familiar red eyes overlays my vision. Oh no! Oh no! With it now back in my hands, I pointed in the direction of the eyes. However, they disappeared as quickly as they came, and the noise in my ears faded into nothing but the subtle ambience within the daycare. What is happening? My arms drop to my sides. I hear the familiar sound of gears and robotics, and when I look up, Moon is already re-entering the daycare. I'm not even sure if what I saw was real, or my mind playing tricks on me due to stress. Either way, I try taking deep breaths to calm down my rapidly beating heart as Moon approaches me, the cable unhooking from his back and retreating back up.
I wanted to do a quick check around the daycare, just to keep an eye on things.
Yes.
So I brought you this.
Gives me an open can of Fizzy Faz, and although reluctantly I take it. So, nothing out of the ordinary.
So far, no.
Good, very good. Stare at me for a moment as I take a long sip of the soda. Somehow it tastes even sweeter than normal.
Did something happen while I was away?
No. Huh?
My heart's racing.
Oh, tell him the truth. Well, the expression softens his wait for me to answer. I was over here, waiting for you to come back, and over there, I pointed to where I saw them, just past the barrier. I saw these red eyes. I thought it was you at first, but then I started hearing this loud noise. Moon's eyes widened slightly, and it was the same thing I heard when the rabbit lady attacked me, so... Moon looks to where I'm pointing and takes a few steps toward it.
Did it look like she was trying to get in?
I don't know. She was just there. And right before you showed up, she just, vanished. I can hear Moon's internal fans getting louder. Oh gosh.
Hopefully, that means she can't get in here.
Hopefully. That will be nice.
The fact that she knows you're here isn't good, though.
Are you gonna move me? You don't say! Take another long drink of the soda. I'm using my other hand to point my flashlight toward the structures. Shall we now? Moon tilts his head to me.
Shouldn't you give it a minute?
Why?
I don't think trying to work with this level of stress is a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good way to get a heart attack. I'll be fine. I've imagined the past 12 hours on like 10 minutes of sleep. I'll live.
See, I'm surprised. Don't tell anyone I said this, but the people in charge of this place aren't known to splurge.
Moon gives me a bewildered look, sighing in annoyance. Look, just let me deal with this one generator, and after that, sure, maybe I'll take it easy for a bit. Moon raises an eyebrow, clearly not entirely believing me. Promise, lie, promise. I begrudgingly give in for now. Moon sighs before nodding his head at the structures, motioning for me to follow him as he leads me to the next generator. I set the soda can on the ground by the structures before I follow Moon in. He plops down next to the generator, looking over at me.
Go on.
I nod, putting my flashlight down so I can test the generator. The machine's LEDs turn green as the machines come roaring to life. Good, no problems. I do notice that my hand holding the switch is shaking a bit though, more than normal.
Something wrong.
What?
You're just staring at it.
Oh, I switch the generator back off and pick up my flashlight before making my way back out of the structure. And after picking up the soda can I left on the ground, I wait for a moment for Moon to follow, slightly tapping my foot on the ground. Moon stands back up, albeit still slouching, and gives me a concerned look.
Are you sure you're alright?
No. Yeah, I mean, why? Moon points at my hand holding the flashlight. I didn't realize it, but I'm gripping tight way tighter than I thought. Losing my hold on it as I started walking back to the desk.
See why I told you to take a break now?
Roll my eyes. Yeah. Anyway, Moon stays silent, leaning back against the desk as I put down the soda and turn the lights on. Mark my progress and turn my flashlight off, watching a son sit on the desk, lightly kicking his leg back and forth. Oh, that's too cute.
So, break time.
I sigh. I can't have to finish this.
Hey, you said you'd take a break after that one.
No, you promised. You cannot take back a promise. Sorry, but I can't keep dragging this out.
Come on, please.
Oh, he said please. How can you say no? Make my way to the cables on the floor, being extra careful as I go to sit down since my hands are still shaking a lot. Okay. Oh, 6 this time. Okay. Okay, 1.
No.
What the? Suddenly grabbed my wrist and practically drags me away from the
You're
wall.
shaking. It's not safe to do that now.
Technically, he's not wrong. Hell, I'm practically vibrating in order in excitement this time. You sure that was a soda and not an energy drink that Moon gave me? I notice his hands are shrinking a bit and he's avoiding eye contact. Son, what did you do?
Okay, maybe I put some stuff there. You gotta let it out.
Oh, baby! You say it so fast that his words start blending together, but I can still understand him. Seriously?
I'm sorry.
Son let go of my wrist, staring at the ground like a kicked puppy. I told you, he's like a puppy. They're both like puppies. Uh-huh. I tried to go back to the cables, only for Son to drag me over the desk again. Son, really?
I know I messed up, but messing with cables and machines with shaky hands isn't safe.
Peeps. Be fine, go along with it. Yeah. You really think so? Son stares at me for a second before nodding. Raise an eyebrow at him, but I decided to stop resisting. Right, fine. Son doesn't say anything for a moment before suddenly picking me up. What?
1 second.
I noticed the cable lowering. Good lord, not again! Son, no.
I'll be careful this time.
Sure. The cable lifts us off the ground much more slowly this time. Okay, he isn't messing around this time. Since he's not rushing, the ride isn't nearly as reckless. We're only in the air for a few moments before Son steps onto the small balcony that leads into his room. Okay, why are we here?
Just a precaution. That's all.
Sure. Taking a good look at the room behind us, it feels oddly lonely compared to the daycare. Yeah, we would think the same thing. It's a small staircase leading to the space, which is only faintly illuminated by the bright fluorescent light behind us. It's only fairy lights strung on the wall, but several of the balls are broken or dim. Oh no, my heart! The floor is wooden and it looks like it's been hadn't been swept in ages. Oh my god, can I speak? There's various random objects around the floor, plushies, stool, from shapes, another thing, even a staff bot. Or two, or a cupcake. The cupcake! In the corner next to a small chair is a broken staff bot, slowly mangled and its head ripped off. I hear Son give a nervous chuckle, clearly noticing me staring at his, well, less than colorful living space.
Welcome to my room.
Oh, Ask why it's messy. Ask why it's so dreary. Dreary? For someone so happy this space feels sad. Don't mean that an insult or anything, just the vibe I'm getting.
No, I get that.
Oh, baby.
Normally we don't get visitors. We're so busy that we never really considered it.
Oh.
Well,
Sun goes and plops down onto a single beanbag chair in the corner of the room.
whatever you want to do up here, feel free.
Oh, it's so nice. Okay. I look around a bit, seeing if anything in particular catches my eye. One corner is covered in various drawings, most likely from the kids Sun and Moon looked after on a daily basis. Also a few messy ragdolls and other little things made to look like them placed neatly on a small table. Oh, that's adorable. Other corner what happens there appears to be a hole in the wall leading to another room. My eyes land on Sun again. Oh, the damaged stuffed bot rests on his lap. He tried to reattach its head. Oh, sweetheart! It doesn't even seem to notice me watching at all. Seeing how careful he's being with it makes me wonder how that bot got up here in the first place. Maybe I should leave the question for later. Ask about the drawings. What's this? I point to the corner filled with drawings. Seeing beams when he looks at it.
Those are all gifts from the kids. Mooney and I have been keeping each and every one of them.
Oh, Mooney. Sun's head tilts, his fingers lightly tapping on the hardwood floor as he goes on and on about all the drawing and things the kid made specifically for him and Moon. Got any favorites? No, of course not. My eyes are directed toward a little felt plushie of Sun. The fact that it's handmade is evident, with buttons for eyes and dried white glue all over the seams.
Of what Moon told you about the book. I can't pick a favorite. I love all of them.
He stifled a laugh. That's sweet. It's so sweet. Sun laughs nervously but before he can say anything, the fairy lights give a brief flicker before dying out.
Oh, come on.
Just watch as they transform into Moon, who seems surprised. Hi.
Those cheap lights are probably burned out.
Ah.
I can't see I'm surprised. Don't tell anyone I said this. All in charge of this place are known as Splurge.
Don't know what splurge means, but yeah, the people in charge sure suck. Nah, I'm not gonna argue with ya.
I'll give them some credit, though. If it weren't for them being so stingy, I might not even be here right now.
Aww. What?
Remember that bug you've been mentioning?
I nod. Moon leans back in the chair a bit, facing the ceiling.
If you want, I can tell you some things.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. It would definitely explain some things. Like how Moon got the red eyes and why the generators are in the plate structures. I nodded before dragging a small cushion a bit closer to where Moon is and sit down.
Where do I start?
The beginning? Well, is that why they closed the daycare? How did you deal with it? Is that why they closed the daycare? I know the place was shut down for a while, but I didn't know why at the time, as that was a few months before I started working here. Moon
It
nods.
was a safety precaution. They needed time to fix whatever was wrong with me. So for a while, no one but the staff was allowed in here.
Oh, so the bug mainly affected you,
Technically.
technically.
However, I would be lying if I said Sun wasn't affected at all. While the staff was using the generators to heal me, Sun was left on his own for a while.
Oh,
I won't go into detail, but I can't imagine what it felt like for him.
oh.
Sun would go weeks without seeing anyone, while still having me to deal with.
Oh, poor babies. He sighs, arms spreading out on the floor as he stares at the ceiling.
It's the bug harder than I did.
Oh no, Moon, don't blame yourself. Well, that certainly clears some things up. But it still doesn't answer everything. Still no idea what exactly the bug did to Moon, but from what I can tell, it sounds pretty bad. That and how the bug came about in the first place is still a mystery to me. Maybe now isn't the best time to ask. You were in control, you were in control.
No, I wasn't, but
Then stop being so hard on yourself. I say you're more than making up for it, and I think Sun agrees with me.
he does.
Exactly! A small. Oh my. Stop it! A small smile creeps onto Moon's face as he sits up.
If only the rest of the staff were just as nice.
Oh, I'm gonna punch them, don't worry.
How are you feeling now?
What?
Is all the extra sugar starting to wear out?
I completely forgot about that, even though that's why we're up here in the first place. I've stopped shaking, which is definitely a good sign. Yeah, shaking sucks. Yeah, I think so.
Alright then.
Moon gets up and walks to the balcony as the cable lowers to his level. Yeah, 1 sec. Checking my phone for the time and then a new notification, I put myself up off the floor, one hand on the curtain covered wall for support. However, I feel something stick to my palm when I pull my hands away. Peeling it off with my other hand, I realize it's a piece of paper that's like in being taped to the wall. What catches my eye though is one word written in bold black letters. Missing. I don't get a good look at the small poster before Moon's voice snaps me out of it. Yeah. Quickly cover up the poster with the curtains before speed walking to Moon. The light from the daycare shine to the balcony cause Moon to transform back into Sun, who waves at me. I pick up the pace a bit, going to stand next to him. Wasting no time, Sun picks me up and brings me back down to the desk. My mind wanders back to the poster. The only other detail I got from that was that the victim is 7 years old. Oh dear, just a kid.
So, what do you think
Huh?
of what Moon told you about the bug?
Oh. It's a bit worrying. It must have been hard for both of you. Since Moon was in control of himself, you were basically isolated in here for what, weeks? Sun sighs as we walk to the desk, unhooking the cable from his back.
I don't really like thinking about it, but yeah. It does make me appreciate how things are now, though.
Aww.
It also makes me appreciate having Mooney around, too.
Aww.
Not having him around for that long was not fun.
Oh, poor baby. I shrug. Hey, I'd say you two at least learned something from it. Not that they completely cancelled it out, but you know. Sun nods, smiling brightly as usual. I sigh, glancing at the remaining cables. Take my phone out of my pocket to check the time quickly. 5 a.m. Well, I'm officially put in an all-nighter. Nothing I'm unfamiliar with. Oh dear, here we go again. So the 1 was here. The number 2, yes. And 3. And then 4. And then 5 and 6. There we go. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna end this episode here. It's a bit longer. And we talked a lot with the boys. Probably next episode will be the finale. And if it's a short thing, then I'm gonna do also the other endings in just one video. Otherwise, I'm gonna do it in another video next. Yeah. So for now, bye bye.